Everybody, welcome. Today we're going to go over how to do vocabulary. Everybody, welcome. Today we're going to go over how to do vocabulary practice, specifically as a bell ringer and as a warm-up for students. And we're going to use Padlet and QR codes and some visuals, because I have a lot of visual learners, especially in my special ed classes, and it's really helpful for them to get some visuals with vocab. So we've got Google Chrome. We'll open that up, or Safari, whatever is your preference here. Go to Padlet.com. You will have to register and log in. That should take only a minute, especially if you use your Gmail account, and it's free. Once you're in, you'll make a Padlet. You've got that option right here. And there we go. It comes up with a background for you, and the title and a description. And then we can change all of that over here. So we're going to change ours. We're going to do morose. And what morose is down here, gloomy and depressed. The students sometimes use their own definitions or look up definitions, and occasionally the definitions are too wordy and they don't understand them, or they have different definitions. This way we're all on the same page. And this is usually the universal accepted definition. So we'll go with that. For layout, it says freeform. That means students can move their pictures anywhere they want on the screen. Usually they will either accidentally or on purpose pile them all up in the same corner and no one can see anything. So let's do grid. That way it will sort them all for us. Underneath that you have your wallpaper selections. It comes up with 4 options. There are more as well, and they're free. I like linen. We're doing morose, gloomy, and depressed, and this is a nice black, dark background. I probably wouldn't want to do this one. This does not say gloomy or depressed, so we'll stick with this one. The students don't usually notice that, but I think it's a nice detail to stick with. Next is privacy. It's set to secret. That means that nobody can Google my Padlet. It won't just come up if you say Padlet morose. You have to have this specific exact website to get to it, and that's what I'll give my students, so I'm just going to keep it at secret, and that way I don't have to worry about anything with students' images or what have you. And then we'll start posting. Up here, go to share. This is how I share it with the students. There's people in privacy, and then there's share, export, and embed. I'll click that, and there's my QR code. It's already created for me. I'll print it, and I just copy it. I don't even save it, because then I'd have a million of them. So I just copy it, open up a blank Word document, and I'll paste it. And then just right underneath, and in big bold letters, do morose. I print this out and put it on the front table so students see it right as they're coming in. Maybe you could hang it on the door, whatever you're going to do so that students see it right as they come in and they can get to it easily. And it's nice and big, so it's usually pretty obvious in my room. To put stuff on here, once students use their QR code reader and they're at the website, there is a plus sign down here and a pencil for edit. So they tap on that. If they've got iPads, click on it, computers, what have you. And they've got their title. I usually have them put their name in for the title. They can write something if they want to. If you want to have them write a sentence for it, they can. I usually leave that blank for now and just focus on the pictures. And then they click on the camera. And that is how they will put their pictures in there. They can find something from the web, they can drop a file that they already have, or they can take a photo from their iPad or from their photo stream of their iPad. I usually have them do that, a photo that they already have, or find one on the website that's already saved to their photos. It just seems to be the easiest. So they select one, put it in there, and then they're done. The trash can option up here is if they need to try it again or delete a post, or if you want to override them and delete their post. So let's look at an example and why I like this Padlet for vocabulary. So if we go to Padlet here, and we've got down here my recent Padlets, and here's one for remorseful, and here's some student pictures that they've come up with for remorseful. And this is great for examples and non-examples. So Trey and Lizzie came up with pretty similar examples here. People that are questioning, is it my fault? And you see shameful, unworthy, useless. That's a lot of full of guilt and remorseful. So those work pretty well. Cody's, however, is a gavel, probably because he just Googled the word guilt or guilty or what have you, and that's what came up and he went with it. Students like to do that a lot. So I would question him at this point, Cody, explain your picture to me. How does it show remorseful? Whatever his answer is, I would kind of guide him in the right direction of, well, if you're remorseful, you actually feel full of guilt. And some people are guilty of a crime but actually don't feel bad about it at all. They feel just fine with it. So they're not remorseful. So you need to keep looking for something where somebody feels guilty. Kiara's is another good example. You've got the head down, and that kind of is a good reminder for students of what full of guilt looks like, where somebody does feel bad about something. And then Josh's picture of the dog that feels guilty about destroying the toy, or at least he looks like he feels guilty. And then now there are a couple images up here. Hopefully Cody would go ahead and edit his. But as the students were creating their sentences, they could kind of use these pictures to guide them in what they're going to write about for their sentences. So for Josh, he might, or anybody in the classroom, might look at Josh's picture and say, my dog Brownie felt remorseful after he attacked Muffins, my stuffed animal, whatever it is that they're going to write. And then sometimes they will take pictures of themselves and put it up there. I don't know what your photo policy is at school, if you want to allow that or not. My kids really enjoy it, so I allow that with them. And they really get into it then, because then they really internalize it. What would I look like if I was feeling remorseful? They also like to use their pets a lot. So I allow that. I don't allow them to put up pictures of other people that they know. I do allow, celebrities and things like that. We're not publishing this website publicly, so I don't worry about copyright infringement in that sense, although these images that I'm showing to you are all free use. So now that they have that, they can write their sentences and hopefully clear up any questions they might have had about the word. So if you have any questions, please feel free, but I hope this was helpful for you. I know that my students really enjoy it, and it's just a really quick, easy way to start the day and get some discussions going. Okay, have a good one.